All right, coaches, this is the D skills portion. Remember, for this one, we have D and goalies out there. So, again, we're going to play that same game. We're just going to make the area focus a little bit different. So we're going to put 4 nets out. And Sean and Jerry Moss, I want you to be working with the extra. You only have 8 minutes here, so the goalies will have to work fast. But just the extra 2 goalies, we should have 6 out there, can be in the middle with Sean and Jerry just doing movement patterns, and then we can have goalies in every net. This drill will be the same thing that I showed in the first video. So I have D. We're just gonna, since we have less D, let's do this one 2-on-2. And actually, they want to be on the inside of the blue line. I'm sorry, but the focus is here now. We're still getting up 2-on-2, 2 X's, 2 O's. We're still getting the pass of the D, and they have to shoot on that net. But now the concept is, or the focus point is, when we're a defensive player and the puck goes to the point, a lot of times we puck watch. This time, the D are going to shoot for a rebound or shoot for a tip for the offensive team, but the 2 players on defense, we really want them to be focused on stick under stick and not allowing, right, making sure we track our players back to the net and we have good body position and we're not worried about anything other than their stick when that shot comes and trying to clear rebounds out. So really simple. It's just a tracking drill. For the forwards, it was more get open. For the D, it's the focus is track your player all the way back. Don't be so puck focused. Worry about your player and try to have split vision on the ice. When we split up, now we'll go into a skating series. So this will kind of be a little bit of an undercover bagger for the D, but that's okay. I'll have let's get a couple of the coaches to help push these nets down for Sean and Jerry, and they're just going to have the goalies down at this end, and we'll give them from the tops of the circles to work with 6 goalies. So Sean and Jerry, you guys will come up with what you're doing with the goalies and work together on that. DJ, we're going to start you. This will be the lobby end. We're going to start you with the same drill that you did with the forwards. So all the same thing. It's, remember, they skate up, pivot, backward skate. They're using a C-cut. It's a good drill for both D and forwards. The only thing that the focus point I want you to really talk about to the D is when they do this pivot, their stick is going to be over here, right? I want you to stand at the top, and you can even have a puck on your stick, and when they do this pivot, I want their stick, right, on or close to your puck as they come through. So that way they're challenging the puck carrier and they're simulating, maybe getting a good gap and doing a pivot, but their stick's out in front of them, not to the side of their body. So same thing that we talked about in the first video. You're just going to really focus on that stick portion of the drill. Tyler Mason, you're going to have an overspeed drill that the D are going to race. So you can put like cones here, and then you'll have 2 cones at the top. And if I can get some spray paint, it would actually work better just to put some paint here and then some paint at the top. And what it's going to be is we're going to have 2D line up here, and they're going to race. So the first thing they have to do, I'll just draw it from one side, is this D has to sprint forward, and he has to stop with his toes facing the inside of the circle. And now he's got to skate backwards along the circle and stop where he started, and then he accelerates again all the way around the circle, and then he stops now with his toes up the ice and pivots and has to stay along the circle backwards all the way back with a stop here. So it's a really good transition drill, forward to backwards. Again, on the first stop, they're facing their toes towards the cone. On the second time through and they stop at the top, they're facing their toes north of the ice. So I guess towards the score clock, since you're going to be at the near end. And then just have them race. Do your best, Tyler, to match kids up of equal skill. And then Jake Kirkpatrick, your drill, you'll have the neutral zone for this. And we'll have the D over here. So what they're going to do is they're going to start backwards skating with a puck on this one. When they get to the cone, they're going to do an escape turn. So this is going to be harder for them if they're on their forehand. It's going to be easier for them when they escape on their backhand. So if let's say I'm a left-handed player and my stick's here, I'm skating backwards when I get to the cone. I'm escape turning. Now I'm skating forward with my puck. I'm doing that same pivot with my crossover here, backwards to the third cone, and now this one's going to be tough because I've got to open up my hips and finish out the drill to the red line. So we've got an escape turn, we've got a forward to backward pivot, and then we've got a backward to forward, kind of opening up our hips to accelerate to the finish line. So it's almost like a W pattern. And I'll help you with that one, Jake. And for the assistant coaches, your feelings shouldn't be hurt if I didn't put you in a station. I just want you to kind of float around and learn from all the different stations and just kind of help the head coaches where they need it. And I will also be floating around helping the coaches out as we talk and showcase these drills. The next phase, so that we right there, we just had 3 stations and we had goalies at the far end. This last series is going to be passing and shooting. And on this one, we're just going to do 7 minutes each, so we'll break the kids up. It'll be real quick. Remember, with our D, we will not have as many players on the ice. Tyler Mason, you're going to be down here. Yours is going to be really simple. You're going to have, this is lobby N. You'll have a D, and then your line can just be here. What's going to happen, we can have a net here. Just make sure we kind of stay on this side of the ice. So this guy's going to leave with a puck, and he's going to try to follow the circle or follow a circle pattern. It doesn't have to be exactly on the face-off circle. You can be the judge on that, but we're just making a pass, skating toward one-touch passes back and forth, but I always have to face this player. So I'm skating forward. Now I've got to pivot backwards. So now we're just doing a circle pattern, forward to backward with a puck on our stick. The biggest thing in this drill is I want the puck, right? I don't want them to stick handle. I want to get the stick out in front of their body when they receive passes, right? And I want them to catch and then release without doing a stick handle. So they're putting themselves and they're giving a good target on their forehand, so they're ready to give the pass right back so they can keep their feet moving. A lot of kids on this drill are going to slow down their feet to make good passes. Tyler, I really want you to encourage them to keep their feet moving, right, going as fast as they can. If they mess up a puck, you can have extra pucks here and spot them a new puck so the pattern and the movement stays consistent. DJ, you're going to be over here. This is breakout details. So you're just going to have D at the top. And remember, Tyler's going to go kind of in your area because these kids are going to take a shot after 2 turns around the circle. Tyler, you can let them take a shot on the goalie on that after that second turn. I forgot to mention that. DJ, your guys, real simple. They're just chipping a puck in, and maybe you chip it in because I'm afraid that our guys, the pucks might go behind the net if they don't chip the puck in correctly. They're just racing back full speed. They're checking their shoulder twice. They're underhandling the puck either way, and they're taking 2 or 3 hard steps before they make another pass to the next player in line. So the biggest things in this drill is breakout details, a really simple drill, but they have to sprint back for the puck. They have to check both of their shoulders, okay? And when they pick up this puck, I want them to take 2 or 3 hard steps. You can even tell them, get to the hash marks before you make this pass, because we want our D to join the rush, and the only way for our D to join the rush and create offense on the back end is if they're moving their feet as they make breakout passes. The next one, real simple, I'll run this one with Coach Ganau, is we're just going to have 4D, or if we have 5, one will sit out, but it's a floating box drill. So what's going to happen is the kids are going to pass in this pattern, right? Same pattern, but as they pass, right, if I'm this player and I make my pass, the box is going to float around, and so these players have to stay in the shape of a box even when they don't have the puck. So if I make this pass down and this D collects the puck and he's skating back, we all have to stay in that pattern. And a big one on this one is we're not going to go to our backhand. We're going to keep the puck on our forehand, and we're going to shoulder check every time we make a pass. What I mean by shoulder check, if I'm this D, I cannot make a pass to this D without first looking at him in the drill. So this drill is, in a way, the kids are going to cheat because they know what the pattern is. So we have to force them to look, right? I have to look over to my left if I'm this player to where this player sticks at. Is he right-handed or is he left-handed before I get my puck? Sounds real simple. The kids are going to really struggle with it. So what we'll do the last 4 minutes for the coaches that are running this drill, Rick and I, is this player then, we're going to force him to be smart. He's not allowed to give this puck up to this D until he sees this D check his shoulder. So now 3 players have to be on the same page, even though one of us has the puck. I've got to make sure this guy's checking his shoulder. If he doesn't check his shoulder and he's staring at the puck, he doesn't get the puck, right? He's got to look and identify if this guy's right-handed or left-handed. Again, we're trying to make decisions before we get the puck of what we're going to do with the puck when we get it. Last drill, we'll have Coach Kirkpatrick at the far end here, and Coach Diener down here. And again, we'll have a net here and net here, and we'll have D here. So what's going to happen is Coach Diener and Coach Kirkpatrick, you're going to have pucks. We'll have goalies in the nets. And all we're going to do is we're going to have the D kind of on the dot, and Coach Diener, Coach Kirkpatrick, we're going to try to get them to move their body around the puck. So if I'm a righty over here, right, and I spot the puck over to this side, we don't want the D to just get it with their backhand and shoot it. We want them to be active, so we're moving our body over to this side, and now we're picking that puck up on our forehand, and we're either shooting it, or we can stop and take a few strides this way to not allow a winger who's coming out on us to be in a straight line. We're making that winger move east and west, and we're just getting the D in good habits, really, of on the blue line, forcing them to use their forehand and working hard to put themselves in a position where, hey, if they get the puck, I'm on my forehand, I'm ready to let it go. So the first phase of this, try to put it to their backhand side, not too far, but force them to move their body around the puck. The last thing in this drill is I don't want to see the D pick up this puck and start skating in, right? We want to get our D better at moving laterally across the blue line, which does a few things, right? It's really hard to defend. The more our D can pick up pucks and skate to the middle, the better angle we have, or rebound opportunity we have from here, opposed to here and skating in. And it also buys our forwards, right? If I make a pass out to the point and my D takes a few hard strides laterally, it buys this forward time then to get to the net for a rebound. A lot of times we see kids, they make this pass, guy's here, he shoots the puck from a bad angle. This guy's now 20, 30 feet away from the puck, and now he's not in a chance, even if there is a good rebound, to bury that thing. So those are a couple of concepts that we can talk about as we're doing this drill. We're going to go 7 minutes in these stations, and then that'll wrap up practice. Last thing, Jerry and Sean, we've got 3 nets out here for these phases, so we'll give you some space in the middle to continue to do movement drills. Let's say if we're doing the floating box drill, you can be over here with the goalies doing some movement stuff while Coach Rick and I are in the middle running the floating box drill. We'll kind of stay out of your way. Thank you, coaches.